Good evening, it's Karen Smith coming back signing in with another Victory Fight Club Promotions boxing show in Jubilee. Sorry, I'm on a bit of a bomber here. On the Jubilee Sports Centre in Kensington, Liverpool. There we go, sorted out. We've got coming to the ring, are Mr. Scott Williams. He looks a pretty big lad. Don't know what his boxing ability is like, but I'm sure we'll find out shortly. He looks happy enough anyway. This is going to be a treat. I didn't know this guy was fighting. We've got Jackson Connelly. It's obviously going to be his debut. Jackson, I'm telling you, in the gym, the guy harasses me all the time. He won't leave me alone. He's an idiot. I'm joking. He's a nice guy. This is his first fight. I think he'll be ready for it. Hopefully he uses his jab and keeps it nice and simple. But nevertheless, we'll find out what's going to happen in the ring. Struggling to get into the ring now, but he's all right. He's back in. Hopefully this night the ring card girls won't have a bummer. Last time it was a third ring and one of the ring card girls was holding the second scope, ring card, so hopefully they stay on point all night. Okay, so we've got the head-to-head, just having a look at the fighters here. We've got Jackson, who's slightly towering over Scott Williams by about 5 to 6 inches, so hopefully Jackson will use his height and use his jab. Round one.
Welcome, Kieran.
Okay, Jackson's probing the jab. I think what we've got with Scott Williams, I think he's probably going to try and get in close and get what he needs to get past Jackson's jab. What Jackson needs to do, he needs to make sure he keeps his hands up, because Scott Williams is a bit wild, so hopefully Jackson keeps to the fundamentals.
Jackson establishing his jab early there, bit of slippage from there. And Scott coming in with that uppercut on his back left hand to start the fight off with in your first round.
Definitely. I didn't even, I've only realised now, Scott's obviously, I think he's a southpaw, so that'll be extra tricky for Jackson. Yeah. Because normally in the Indian boxing club, the majority of fighters in there are orthodox fighters. But again, if Jackson just keeps it nice and long, nice and simple, he'll start to find the openings.
So Jackson recognised there to move to that left-hand side away from Scott's backhand.
Definitely,
I think he needs to sense this quite early on. Get to the left side, Jackson, evade the backhand, probe that jab, and we'll see.
Obviously, with it being Jackson's debut, obviously he's going to be a bit tentative. He's going to be a bit as the rounds go through, he'll warm into it. He's starting to warm into it now. He's starting to probe his jab a little bit more. What I would love to see though is that once he's jabbed, he needs to get his left hand up, because obviously with Scott being a southpaw, he's obviously got a big backhand, especially on the left side.
Well, nice to be back in your company again, Kieran.
Definitely.
The commentary central here today.
It's been a while, but you know what? We love it, don't we? So
we do, we love it.
It's all fun and games till someone gets hurt. Last 10 seconds.
Last 10 seconds for our debut fighter tonight.
Definitely.
Action, Jackson Connelly and Scott Williams.
That was a good round from Jackson. I think so far, for the first round, it was pretty nip and tuck, to be fair, but I think Jackson got through a little bit more with the backhand. I think he stunned Scott a few times. I don't think he necessarily hurt him majorly, but I think he definitely stunned him a few times.
Yeah, there was a fair bit of stunnage that I witnessed then. Again, Jackson needs to look to that movement to the left side away from Scott Williams. go. Are we back online? Yeah, we're back on.
Yeah, we're
Thank
back.
you.
A slight technical glitch, but we're loving it. We're all right. We're fine. We're fine. I think also in the first round, midway through the first half, Scott actually did land on Jackson with a wild left hook, and obviously that's Scott's backhand. So Jackson needs to make sure he keeps his right hand up so that he doesn't get hit with any big left hands. But again, it's his first fight. They both seem like they're on the same level, so I think it's going to be fairly even. Coming to the second round now. Round two.
Round two.
There we go. What I would like to see in this round, I really would like to see Jackson. He's taking ring center now, so I want to see him stay there and start to command it now.
There we go. Nice shot from Jackson. Focused.
Definitely,
nice
left hook.
There we go.
But he needs to, when he's jabbing, he needs to make sure he steps forward so he gets the full range on that jab.
Totally.
But again, he's just been caught with a wild shot from Scott, so he needs to keep his hands up.
And that will possibly happen again.
You know, he needs to definitely keep his hands up. But obviously, Scott's very, very wild and unpredictable. I really wish Jackson would keep his left hand up a little bit more. But again, he must know. Obviously, Scott's not a southpaw yet. He's clearly switching. So, nevertheless, it's been a pretty interesting fight so far.
Yeah, he's back to orthodox now. His stance is pretty. I mean, looking at that now, his balances might be off by staying static in that. He is. I
would say that he's switching, but his footwork is not
correct, is it?
He's not really planting his feet, and he's kind of crossing over. So if he gets hit with a good shot, he might fall flat back.
But, yeah.
You know, but nevertheless, again, Jackson's not really capitalising it. But again, it's his first fight, so I can't really say much. I just wish I would see a bit more action.
If that would have caught him, then it might have been lights out.
Definitely. But again, what's happened is that Jackson's throwing, Scott's stuck in, and he's just throwing wild counters. But Jackson needs to keep his hands up so he doesn't walk onto one of them. I really would like to see Jackson really establish his jab and start to probe. There we go. A bit more, Jackson. Good shot.
Nice right hand there.
Shot.
And he was very evasive on the backhand from Scott Williams. Then he got out the way.
Oh, he most definitely was. But again, what you've seen with Scott Williams, Scott's getting hit and he's getting frustrated. He's stuck and he's just swinging. So if Jackson can time it after Scott swung, he might be able to counter him cleanly. But nevertheless, that's all about experience, isn't it?
Yep. Definitely. I think he's getting his experience right now. His confidence is showing there now. Well done for your second round.
Not much happened in the second round, to be fair. There was a bit of a flurry round the start of the round, but again, I couldn't call that round. To be fair, nobody really established any superiority in that round, so I would call that even. But again, that's only my opinion.
For me right now.
That's only my opinion. I would say the first round goes to Jackson.
Yeah.
Second round was even. So obviously, with it being a 3-round fight, so it's all to play for. If Jackson walks onto something silly and gets knocked down, that's the fight then to Scott. But again, right now Jackson's winning, but only by a small margin.
The first round and by a small margin.
Exactly. So he needs to make sure that he establishes superiority in this round and maintain it.
Yeah, it is his first fight. Things we've all been there, and you know, I mean, I was very unconfident in his first one. I managed to get the win, and the thing is, watching Jackson, he looks a lot more. He looks like he's just getting used to it now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But again, it's a third round now, so he's got to really let his hands go, hasn't he?
He is. He's going to let his hands go, possibly, I think, here now.
He's got to let his hands go now. Third and final round.
Right.
There we go. Lovely start from Jackson. Already starting to use his attributes. He's the taller man. He's got the longer range. You know, make it pay for yourself, really.
Opportunity strikes here now for Jackson.
Definitely, but again,
to separate that there now, the referee.
I honestly think Scott is kind of blowing out a bit now. I think if Jackson was to step on the gas a bit, he'd probably catch him.
Yeah, he can catch him with that overhand right, while his left guard's down. Right now, you could catch him there.
Definitely, he caught him with a nice crisp right hand to the body just about 10 seconds earlier. But again, he needs to follow up on that.
There's opportunity here now for Jackson to take that right.
Definitely, I would love to see a double jab right cross.
Yeah, that's the one.
Definitely. You know, He needs to work more than that. He needs to work more, definitely work more than that. Double jab right cross all day.
Deflect with the jab.
Yeah, definitely. The first jab stings him, the second jab distracts him, the cross puts him out. But again, it's all experience, isn't it? But he's done something right. He's taken ring centre and he's stayed there, so he's making Scott do all the work, which I'm really loving his generalship.
Yeah, he's dominating the centre of the ring, is he? I've noticed he's holding that position. Scott's trying to get out the way.
Definitely. Scott then was what you call telegraphing his shots, where he's clearly loading up with one hand, so he's dropping it, so you can see it come from a mile away.
That's it, yeah.
You know, but again, that kind of thing comes with experience. I would like to see Jackson work to the body though, because Scott's open for it.
Last 10 seconds.
There we go.
And that's the third and final round.
And to be fair, that was a pretty, it was a pretty polished performance from Jackson. I would have to say, in terms of punches thrown, that I've got that with Scott. But again, in terms of punching landed, I've got that with Jackson. So I would definitely give that to Jackson. But again, if you want to go into the ring and announce a decision, we'll find out shortly.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you.
So while we're waiting for the decision, we've got the medic checking over both fighters just to make sure they're all right. Again, it's all about safety. We want to make sure everyone's safe, everyone's well, everyone goes home to the families. Hashtag Tony Bellew. But nevertheless, you know what it is. Again, this was a very, very close fight. But my personal opinion, I've got that to Jackson. Sorry, Jackson Connelly. But again, we'll see what the situation is shortly. Go. Jackson Connelly won that fight. Fantastic. And to be fair, that was a very, very good first fight. That was doing the world of experience. Now he's got in there. The first one's always the worst. Little secret that I'll share with you guys. My very, very first fight, I got my ass handed to me on the plate. To be fair, I shouldn't have fought. I had a chest infection, but I can't take that away from my opponent. He handled his business and he whooped my ass.